Good evening, Utopian Baseball Universe. It's Thursday, September 30th, kind of a day off for me as far as content creation. A very appreciative day off, a little bit of a recharge for me. But tonight, we're here to talk about the Division Championship Series that are kicking off tomorrow. We're down to 8. We started with 32 teams on opening day. On Wednesday, we had 12 playoff teams. We're down to 8. The Cleveland Indians, the Cincinnati Reds, the Washington Nationals, Toronto Blue Jays, Durham Bulls, Atlanta Braves, San Diego Padres, and the San Francisco Giants. One of those 8 teams is going to be the 2021 Utopian Baseball Universe champion. So let's look at all 4 division series. We have 3 of them kicking off tomorrow. Let's actually look at the East first. We've got, in my opinion, this is the parody that I love about the Utopian Baseball Universe. I don't have the standings in front of me from last year, but I'm pretty sure. In fact, I'm 99% sure that these were 2 of the bottom 3 teams in the whole universe last year, at least in the division of the East. The Washington Nationals and the Toronto Blue Jays are going to battle for East Division supremacy starting tomorrow. Their game tomorrow is at 3 o'clock. Game 2, which would be in Toronto. I'm sorry, game 1 is in Toronto tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Saturday, game 2 would be in Washington at 3. Game 3 would be Monday at 8 a.m. If needed, back in Toronto, Tuesday, 3 o'clock, and Thursday at 8 a.m. Nationals and Blue Jays. Now, the Blue Jays won 8 of 12 games from the Nationals this year, but the home team only won 4 of 12 games. Toronto won 5 of 6 games in Washington. So home field advantage really didn't mean anything between these 2 teams this year. Now, Cito Gaston and Dave Martinez have gotten their lineups in, or their pitching rotations, and this is what it's going to look like. In game 1, which again is tomorrow at 3 o'clock p.m., Dave Stieb versus Ray Brown. These guys had a classic this summer. I don't have the box score in front of me, but both pitchers went extra innings of scoreless baseball. I think, again, I wish I had it in front of me, but the game, I believe, ended 1-0 in like 13. Stieb, I think, struck out 10, but very excited to get this rematch again. So that's going to be game 1, Dave Stieb versus Ray Brown. Game 2 in Washington will be Marcus Stroman versus Max Scherzer. And then game 3 will be Juan Guzman returning from that shoulder tightness. He's fine, versus Steven Strasburg. If there's a game 4 and 5, we'll see rematches of Stieb and Brown and Stroman and Scherzer. So that's a look at the Nationals and Blue Jays. Excited for that. One of those teams is going to the table. Let's look at the North Division Series. North Division Series, Reds and Indians. That's going to kick off tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Saturday, they'll play at 8 a.m. in Cleveland. Sunday at 11 a.m. And then if needed, Tuesday back in Cincinnati at 8 o'clock a.m. and Wednesday at 6 o'clock. The Reds and Indians split their season series, 6 games apiece. And just like Washington and Toronto, the home team only won 4 of 12 games. Each team won 4 games out of 6 on the road. So again, in this particular series, home field probably doesn't mean much. These teams are very evenly matched up. The Reds obviously had the greatest record in the history of the Utopian baseball universe, 97-59, and beat the Indians by 5 or 6 games in the North. But all that's out the window right now. Head to head, they're pretty even. And this is what the pitching is going to look like in game 1. How can you beat Jose Rio versus Addy Joss? Rio, did he lead the league in ERA? He was either first or second. I think he was first against Addy Joss, who led the league in wins. So Rio versus Joss, game 1. Cueto versus Feller. And then Johnny Vandermeer versus Satchel Paige. And then if needed in games 4 and 5, we'll see rematches of those first 2. If you're a fan of Bullet Joe Rogan, fear not. He's going to be a major factor for the Cincinnati Reds. Each team in the Utopian baseball universe opting for 3-man rotations, but that 4th and 5th starter is going to be that long guy. I mean, we had a game yesterday go 13 innings where Gaylord Perry got a win in relief in the 13th. I guarantee you, Bullet Joe Rogan is going to be a factor in this series for Cincinnati. Let's take a look at the South Division. That's going to kick off tomorrow. That's our first game tomorrow, 8 a.m. Durham at Atlanta. And then they're going to have Saturday off. They're going to play Sunday again at 8 a.m., Monday at 3 o'clock, and then if needed, Wednesday at 3 o'clock, and Thursday at 3 o'clock. The Bulls won 8 of 12 from Atlanta this year, and the home team won 8 of 12 games. So it's going to be a really good series between the Bulls and Braves. The Bulls actually kicked off their franchise with a game against Atlanta in 2020. So this will be exciting. I just want to look at something real quick. I want to make sure that that statistic I'm giving you is correct. I don't know where I had it. Sorry. All right, here we go. Okay, so for that Durham-Atlanta series, Durham did win 8 of 12. Durham actually won 5 of 6 in Durham. And then Atlanta and Durham, it looks like, split the 6 games in Atlanta. So that's how we got to that 8. Home team winning 8. The pitching in this, it's going to look pretty familiar. Some of these matchups we saw a lot in the regular season. We're going to see Spahn versus Cole to kick off the series. Greg Maddux versus Matt Harvey. And then the Braves are opting for Phil Niekro to pitch in Game 3 against Old Hoss Radbourne. Niekro was their 5th starter this year, but he pitched a little bit better than Kid Nichols did, a lot better than Tom Glavine down the stretch. So Phil Niekro is going to be the Game 3 starter, and then if it goes 4, we're gonna see Spahn and Cole again, and then Maddux and Harvey in a Game 5. Finally, let's look at the West. Now, this is the only series that's going to kick off on Tuesday. I'm sorry, not Tuesday, Saturday. Saturday at 8 p.m. And then they're going to play again at Sunday at 10:30 p.m., Monday at 10:30 p.m., Tuesday off, and then Wednesday and Thursday at 10:30 p.m. This is for our West Coast fans to make sure that they can see this series between the Giants and the Padres. The Giants won 7 of 12 games. And get this, the home team only won 3 of the 12 games. So that's completely out the window here. And then the pitching matchups, again, a couple of these might look familiar. Christy Mathewson in Game 1 versus Jake Peavy. Then it's going to be Madison Bumgarner versus Randy Jones. So Randy Jones is also the 5th starter for San Diego, but he's getting a call here in the series. And then Matt Cain versus Eric Shaw, who was absolutely brilliant last night, eliminating the Angels. So there you are. That's the series. That's the series breakdown. Again, just to remind everyone of when you can see these games this weekend. Tomorrow, 8 a.m. Breakfast with the Utopian Baseball Universe, 8 a.m. It's the South Division, the Durham Bulls at the Atlanta Braves, Garrett Cole versus Warren Spahn. And then at 3 o'clock is game one of the East, Washington and Toronto, Ray Brown versus Dave Stieb. And then 6 o'clock tomorrow, game one of the North, Jose Rio versus Addie Joss. That's Friday. Saturday, 8 a.m., game two of the North. 3 p.m., game two of the East. And then 8 p.m. Saturday, game one of the West. And then we have a triple header Sunday as well. 8 a.m. Sunday, game two of the South. 11 a.m. Sunday, game three of the North. And then 10:30 p.m., game two of the West. So 9 game streams this weekend. I know my very good friend Mitch Nellis does not consider Friday the weekend. This guy does. So 9 games this weekend. 3 tomorrow, 3 Saturday, 3 Sunday, 8 a.m. every day. Come join me in the Utopian Baseball Universe. 3 o'clock Friday and Saturday. 6 o'clock tomorrow. 8 o'clock tomorrow, or Saturday, I should say. And then 11 a.m. Sunday, 10:30 Sunday. You see how I did that? I'm making time for some NFL and some family time. So my girlfriend Jen's probably going to break up with me this weekend when she sees this itinerary. Now, again, it's a half hour at a time. She's going to be probably asleep for 2 of them, but it's going to be a great weekend. It's my birthday Saturday. Good friend of mine. I don't want to mention it. I don't want to mention his name in case this was a private moment, but sent me a great baseball book today. So I thank you for sending that to me. Love it. It's going to be a fun weekend. I mean, just look at some of these names. I mean, we'll just look at each series. Cincinnati, Cleveland. You're going to see Jim Thome, Tris Speaker, Nap Lajoie, Francisco Lindor versus Johnny Bench, Pete Rose, Joe Morgan, Barry Larkin. Washington, Toronto. Bryce Harper, Juan Soto, Trey Turner, Anthony Rendon versus Carlos Delgado, Vlad Guerrero Jr., Joe Carter, Willard Brown. In the South, Josh Gibson, Johnny Mize, Carlos Beltran versus Henry Aaron, Freddie Freeman, Eddie Matthews, Ronald Acuna Jr. And in the West, Tony Gwynn, Dave Winfield, Ray Dandridge, competing against Willie Mays, Barry Bonds, Buster Posey. This is so much fun to bring to you guys. I hope you enjoyed yesterday. There were a couple moments during those games where I lost composure, if you will, when Mize hit the homer. I just thought that was so cool. 13th inning homer. When Clemente homered in Pittsburgh, even though the Pirates lost, I thought that was a great moment, down 2 late in the game. We're just getting started. Let me call out some fans of these teams. JD Schloss. JD Schloss, are you going to be watching Game 1 tomorrow at 6 o'clock when your Reds try to get back to the championship series? Cleveland, the Jeff Turners of the world, the Kula family, Max Bailey, Jessica Bailey, Erica Reynoso. You've got to be watching this weekend, the Nationals in the East Division Championship. Mike Franken, Louis Ferrand, all my Braves fans, Laura Stone, Stephanie Moran, Mitch Nellis, I know his wife is a Braves fan. Mike Sisko, Eric C. Gray. I wonder if he'll be watching the Giants. So, really can't wait to present this to you. Again, it all kicks off tomorrow. The Utopian Cafe will be tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. It's going to be a brief one, and I'll let Stan know tonight that it's going to be brief. And we'll get started right at 8 o'clock. So thanks for being here tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow.